Hi, this is Tim Prigan, and it's Sunday, March 8th, and just want to kind of go over what the severe weather threat is looking like for Tuesday as of now. It does look like there's going to be a pretty good outbreak, especially across northern Missouri and into central Illinois. As you can see here, the National Weather Service, the Storm Prediction Center, has a level 3 risk here. This is across northern Missouri and up into north central Illinois. And then it's got a level 2 risk, basically all the way down to the rest of Missouri, except for the boot heel down here. But that includes St. Louis and most of the Helu forecasting area. So that's what the National Weather Service has out right now. And just going to kind of go over what's happening now and then just take a look at the parameters and see what might happen here on Tuesday. This is the current satellite. Here's Missouri. And this is a water vapor image. And you can see this jet right here across the Pacific. That's one of the short waves that we have to worry about. It's back up in here. And then we have this cutoff low. This is actually cut off from the last system that went through here a couple days ago. So this is going to be picked up by this. And as this gets picked up, it's going to move on in and it's going to release some energy across Missouri Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday night. And that's going to be the trigger for any type of thunderstorms for us. So I want to show you here, this is the European, and this is how it's depicting the upper levels. This is the 500 millibar level, about 15,000 feet. And this is the vorticity. This is the spin in the atmosphere. So we got this short wave up here. And you can see here this wave down here across the Baja. This is going to open up. And as we head into Tuesday, you can see it's opening and releasing energy up through here. And this is going to be the trigger. There's a lot of factors that are going in onto this because the storms like to center along where the warm front develops. And looking at this is the rapid update cycle model. You can actually see the low here, and you actually see the warm front really well depicted. The low is right here. You can see where these winds are going counterclockwise. So the low is centered right in here. And here's your warm front going right up through here, and up through here. And that matches very closely with what the SPC has for where the highest risk is. And that's where it should be as we head into Tuesday, late afternoon and evening. But we are still not out of the woods here in the St. Louis area. So next thing I want to show you is this is the Supercell composite. This shows where the best chances for you get those discrete thunderstorms where that can actually produce big hail and tornadoes. And you can see here, this is midnight on Monday. And as we head into Tuesday, this is noon on Tuesday, and then late afternoon, this is like 7 o'clock on Tuesday evening. You can see the best chances for supercell is going to be up through here, but it's very favorable for us too. But the one thing we have to worry about in our area, once you get further south in the warm front, is what we call a cap. So there's a lid in the atmosphere that's going to try to hold any development of storms south of that warm front. Some of the models are saying that, but there are a couple that are saying, yeah, the cap is going to break, and we could see some severe thunderstorms across our area. But that's way too early to tell. We're probably not know until late Monday night, even Tuesday, before we can break that cap or not. But I want to show you what the cap looks like. Okay, well, let's just go here. This is the NAM of what it's depicting. This is the radar. Here, it's not really showing much in the warm sector here. Here's St. Louis. Here's the warm front. And you can see the cells developing right along the warm front. And basically just keeping it north of us well after midnight on Tuesday night, Wednesday. That would be the NAM. Both NAMs are showing that. GFS is similar. But the European, actually has some development south of the warm front. You can see here, it breaks the cap. So this is 7 o'clock on Wednesday and actually brings some good storms into the St. Louis area here during the evening on Wednesday. So that's models we have to look at. We're going to keep you up to date on what they're looking like. But this scenario is still kind of muddy for us. But there is going to be a pretty good weather outbreak here. And again, the best chances across northern Missouri. And the next thing here's the soundings I want to show you where the cap is. This is the sounding. This is over St. Louis. So this is the temperature. This is the dew point. It's got 76 temperature, 66 dew point. This is your normal lapse rate. and this is the actual lapse rate. So here's the cap. So as you see, as the temperatures go down, then they go up. It goes like that. That's your cap right there. So it's once you start lifting it, it hits that cap and it can't go any further. But once it breaks that cap, look at all that cape above it. So if it breaks that cap and gets into that cape, there's some, you can see a lot of large hail analogs. What the analogs are is they take history and they see what this sounding is looking like and they do comparables to that sounding and then they tell you what is expected. And some of these are 3 inch hail, 2.5 inch hail. So if it does break the cap, we certainly will have a hail problem and maybe even a tornado problem. But right now, again, the best chances are going to be across that warm front across northern Missouri. So this is again, this is it. This is 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and this is what it looks like when the cap actually will break. Okay. Next, as you see here, you see there's little that little right turn is basically dissolved, and now you can get a free, clean lift up into the atmosphere and into this cape. And that's what we have to watch on Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday evening. So just keep up to date. Again, looks like a severe weather outbreak is going to be across basically northern Missouri, but we'll have to watch further south into the Helu forecasting area as we head into Tuesday evening and overnight Tuesday. That's it for now. I'll do another update tomorrow and enjoy this weather today and tomorrow. It's going to be beautiful. Thanks a lot.